Diatonic seventh chords. So here we are in the key of C with our normal triad. Let's create a seventh chord and then follow it up the scale and see what qualities result. So here we have our diatonic seventh chords in the key of C. Let's go through and identify each one, see what kind of quality it is. First we have a major 7 on 1, a minor 7 on 2, a minor 7 on 3, a major 7 on 4, a dominant 7 on 5, because of course that's the dominant, a minor 7 on 6, and a half diminished 7 on the 7 chord. So we have two major 7s that appear. Notice in the pop symbol I just have MA7, but there are a few ways to write major 7 chords, including just a big M with a 7, MAJ7, or triangle 7. These are all different ways of writing a major 7 chord. We have three minor 7 triads, which traditionally is just a little M with a 7. Sometimes you'll see a minus sign next to the pop symbol, next to the chord symbol, and it'll stand for a minor chord. We have one dominant 7 chord, of course because it's the only dominant in the key. And we have one half diminished 7 chord. Remember, that's the diminished triad with a minor 7 on top. Here we are in the key of D, and because we're in just another major key, the qualities will be in the same order. Major 7, minor 7, minor 7, major 7, dominant 7, minor 7, half diminished 7. So the point is, when you're in a major key, your diatonic 7th chords come in this order. You'll need to memorize this. Practice. Identify the diatonic 7th chords that would be built on each of the scale degrees in the following major keys. And the answers. Now we've added 3 flats to our key to be in the parallel minor key of C minor. Let's see how this changed our diatonic 7th chords that we'd see in a natural minor key. So in our natural minor key, our diatonic 7th chords will come in this order. Note, of course, that the 5, the dominant, is most often major, and therefore will be another dominant 7 chord, even in a minor key. So this would be our major 7 chord, R1, in root position. If we were to invert it by putting the root on top, so the third is in the bottom, we'd have C major 7 over E. This would be first inversion. And because the intervals between the bass note and the rest of the chord tones has changed, in the Roman numeral, we'll call this a 1, 6, 5, because you see there's a sixth next to the fifth of the chord. If we were to invert this again in second inversion, this would be our second inversion, and it would be C major 7 over G. Because of the intervals being different, in the Roman numeral we call this 1, 4, 3. And because there are 4 notes in our 7 chord, we can have a third inversion, in which case the 7th of the chord is on the bottom. Third inversion would be C major 7 over B. And the Roman numeral we'd call this 1, 4, 2. Because of that second we see there between the bass note, which is the 7th, and the root of the chord. C major 7 over B is a little bit redundant. You could just shorten it to be C over B, since there's no 7th that appears except for in the bass. So the important part is, you need to memorize that whenever you see these numbers in your Roman numerals, that indicates the presence of a 7th chord and their respective inversions. Here's some important ways to practice your diatonic 7th chords. First, of course, sit at the piano or on the keyboard, and with either one or two hands, play through all the 7th chords in all 24 major and minor keys. Go to musictheory.net and switch all the settings to include 7th chords to practice and drill your ability to recognize 7th chord types and identify what diatonic 7th chord it would be in the key of the drill. And of course, you have your mental practice when you ask yourselves these, again, two important questions. What would the blank chord be in blank? For instance, what would the 4/7 chord be in F minor? Which hopefully you answered B flat minor 7. Or what would be the major 7 chord in E flat? The major 4/7 in E flat. In which case, the answer would be A flat major 7. And the second question, blank would be blank in blank. For instance, G minor 7 would be what in what key? It could be the 2/7 in the key of F, the 6/7 in the key of B flat, the 3/7 in the key of E flat. Can you think of any more? The 4/7 in the key of D minor, and one more. The minor 5/7 in C minor.